It won't shift if we continue to elect leaders. It won't shift if we continue to elect leaders who take money from the same corporations who have broken with the interests of the American public. Chuck Schumer desperately wants one of us to be the next senator, and it's not me. So if you want your politics dictated you by AIPAC or Chuck Schumer, then I'm not your guy.
Change Campaign Committee. I'm Jack Cocchiarella, and for the next 90 minutes, this is a game show, it's a fundraiser, and frankly, we deserve it to be a party as well, which is what it's going to be. We are going to have some fun tonight because there's real reasons that we are here, but they are exciting, joyful, and hopeful reasons. Over $60 million has been spent by AIPAC in corporate interest against Dr. Abdul al-Sayed in Michigan's U.S. Senate race. Millions have also been spent against Will Lawrence, the bold progressive running to win back a flippable House seat from Republicans, and Donovan McKinney running against a corporate-aligned Democrat who is just frankly out of touch with his Detroit district. And so tonight, we saw national shockwaves that happened from progressives who went 3 for 3 in New York races. Tonight, we're going to make sure it continues to happen. The critics said, you can't do that in a purple state. Tuesday, we are going to prove them wrong. On Tuesday, I'm really just hoping that Jake Tapper's jaw is going to be on the ground as Abdul, Will, and Donovan, they win their races. And again, in November, they win their races. Abdul and Will win 2 of the biggest battlegrounds in the nation. It is going to be huge. The people on this call are going to make it happen. If you are watching on streaming right now, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you're watching, that is awesome. We are so glad to have you here. But also, we invite you to join the community of folks that is chatting and watching this together at battleformichigan.com. Battleformichigan.com. It is going to be a great place to watch, to hang out. There's a public chat. Like I said, this is a party. We're going to be having a lot of fun tonight. We want everyone to be a part of it. Here's the deal. We've got 2 teams of some of the smartest, funniest people in progressive politics, celebrities, podcasters, progressive leaders, and the candidates themselves. They'll be joining us tonight. We're going to make this fun. I promise. We're going to be playing actual games together and also against each other. So a little spirit of competition there. But as you'll see, the games, as these campaigns have, will emphasize the substance of this election. There's a giant thermometer that you'll be able to see on your screen that represents the funding for this event, how much money we have been able to raise. I want you to take a look. It's right there. It is already moving because y'all are incredible. I believe it can continue to move throughout the rest of the night. So we're going to be taking a look and checking in on it. This needs to be a big one that represents the stakes in this election. Because if we lose Tuesday, and I'm feeling good about our chances of winning, all the corporate media and the consultants, they're going to laugh. They're going to be on Twitter. They're going to be trying to get their dunks in. It's not going to happen. If we win, when we win, they're going to cry. As Abdul, Will, Donovan, and groups like the PCCC, I should say, put final investments into get out the vote activities, our job for the next 90 minutes is to fill this thermometer right here. Let us get into it, though. I don't need to talk any longer. I do that too much. We got so many great guests who you're going to want to hear from. First up, a man who had the courage to take on an entrenched incumbent and is on the verge of winning. Let's put Donovan McKinney on the screen. And I'm going to start by asking you a pop quiz question. Donovan, it is so great to see you. Don't get mad at me that I'm starting you off with a pop quiz, but we got important questions to ask. So I want to check in and see the number of Americans. Which do you think is higher? The number of Americans who support providing food for low-income families with children, or the number of Americans who believe the earth is round? Which of those numbers do you think is higher?
Oh, man.
It's a toughie.
I think the former rather than the later.
88% of Americans support providing food for low-income families with children who can't afford it. Only 84% of Americans believe the earth is round. Both of those numbers should be 100%. That's a conversation for a different day. The conversation for right now is about you. Please introduce yourself and speak to us about your campaign.
No, Jack and pre-Triple C, man, just appreciate the opportunity and just, understanding what's at stake. We are 2 days left from Election Day. My name is Donovan McKinney. I'm currently a state representative in Michigan, running to be the next congressman in the 13th district. I currently represent the poorest House district in Michigan. I'm running to represent the 5th poorest congressional district in the country. And so we need people who understand this moment, who is going to meet this moment with the urgency that it demands. And so what's happening is we have an incumbent, an entrenched incumbent. His name is Shri Tanadar. He's taking, he has a lot of money, multimillionaire, taking money from ICE contractors on monopoly utility, DTE, APAC, crypto, you name it. And they're spending tens of millions of dollars flooding the airways in Michigan to go against myself, Will Lawrence, and Dr. Abdul Sayed for the Senate. But I'm a big believer in this. Organized people beat organized money every single time. And so this is our opportunity to show the rest of the country that our movement is just not a coastal movement, but it can happen in middle America. It can happen in the Great Lakes state because Michigan is ready for a change.
You're absolutely right. We always see organized people beat organized money. And it's a very strategic investment that we're seeing right now because they want to defeat what this broader movement is. And this is the movement that we are all building together. Donovan, thank you so much for hopping on. We're going to continue to hear from you, hear from your campaign. It's been so great seeing you and all the love that you've been getting in the district with Hassan on stream as well. The people are for you. We know that. A lot of big hugs out there, but very, very exciting stuff. And like you said, this is a movement. This is people coming together, which is why I want to bring in another voice in this fight, and that is Will Lawrence, who is running in the congressional district formerly held by Senator Alyssa Slotkin. Now, last cycle, an establishment Democrat lost this seat to Republicans. But this year, Will has been the front runner in a must-win seat for taking back the House. And with special interests piling on, Will's race has become critical in the fight over the future of the Democratic Party heading into 2028. Will co-founded the Sunrise Movement, helped lay the groundwork for the Green New Deal, and organized with Michigan Rent is Too Damn High to protect tenants. Will, it's good to see you, from unjust eviction and ridiculous rate hikes. A victory on Tuesday would put a bold, shake up the system economic fighter who is right there in a position to flip this seat and send a powerful message about how Democrats can win competitive districts across the country. But before we hear from him, I got to talk to you about another pop quiz question, Will. I'm sorry that I keep doing this to everybody. It's going to be a theme from the night, but I have to check in and test where your knowledge is, both on taxes and on apple pie. These things seem to be separate, but in this question, they're going to come together. What do you think is higher, Will? The number of Americans who think we should raise taxes on the wealthiest and largest corporations, or the number of Americans who really like apple pie?
I think taxing the wealthy is more popular than apple pie.
Apple pie, pretty great. Taxing the wealthy, a little bit better. 79% of Americans believe we should increase taxes on the wealthy and largest corporations. Well, only 78%. So 1% higher of people say that they like apple pie. So I think it's pretty clear that taxing the rich is literally more American than apple pie. And so has been the work that you have done. Will, thank you so much for joining us. I want you to speak about your campaign as well.
Thank you, Jack. Thanks, P-Trip. It's great to be here. My name is Will Lawrence. I'm here in Lansing, Michigan, where I was raised, and I'm working to flip the 7th District, which is one of the most critical swing districts in the entire country, and it will be a battleground this November to take the Speaker's gavel away from Mike Johnson. Our incumbent representative is named Tom Barrett. You haven't heard of him because he hasn't distinguished himself. We call him one-term Tom because that's all he's going to get in office. But he voted to kick 700,000 Michiganders off of Medicaid. He voted to cause all of our healthcare premiums to rise. He voted to fund Trump's outrageous and disastrous war in Iran, even while he tries to pose like he's some kind of independent who is not really beholden to the president. But the fact of the matter is, he has spent his term in office hiding from the voters, making the president and his friends richer, making himself richer, because that's all he really cares about. So we're in a 3-way primary here on for August 4th. And I like where we are. We've got an amazing ground game built up. You know, as an organizer myself, the thing that is most satisfying to me out of all this is seeing so many people step up and build this movement, because we know that organized people can and do beat organized money. And that's what we're working to do on August 4th and again on November 3rd.
Absolutely. And it has been so exciting already seeing that thermometer that is to your right will pop up. People are getting in the chat. We have tons of people here, but of course we have people watching streams all over the place. And a lot of people I'm seeing in the chat with us right now are telling everyone that we can beat this number of 10,000, this goal that we have. So everyone, please do continue to donate. This is a big fundraiser. Obviously, we want to send a big message right now. Will, that is exactly what you are doing. Will Lawrence, thank you so much for joining us and being here, man. I really appreciate it. All right. Now, we got a lot of people who are also going to be joining us throughout the night. We have a big, big room because this is genuinely absurd, the number of guests that we're going to have, the incredible broad range of different people, different voices, incredible talents, some of my favorite close friends. It's someone I'd like to call family at this point. We're going to pop some folks up on screen. They're going to continue to come in, but we got a lot of names, a lot of people that you watch, that you listen to, that you love, that you support, that you've organized with. So we're going to have people popping up on screen. But while that is happening, I can only mention it so much before I've overplugged, but there is this thermometer right here that I'm going to continue to bring up through the rest of the night. But as we bring people in, everyone who can chip in, if you can, it goes a long way because, again, we're sending the message on Tuesday, but we are also making sure that we are sending a message right now. So we are going to continue to have people join in soon, and they are going to be coming. Of course, we're just we're getting folks ready. This is going to be, like I said, a big room. Susan Sarandon is here. This is incredible. What a first guest. I just now I'm a little a little starstruck right now. This is fantastic to have you in, but we are going to continue to bring in other incredible names. How are you doing tonight? Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm so happy to be here. This is exciting. I can't wait to test Mark and Krystal.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. Yeah, we got a game show that we're going to be having, so it's going to be really exciting as people get in. I have to ask, because we got Krystal here rocking the Mamdana stand shirt. Can we show people there it is? I love that face. Zoran, just it makes you smile. What can make you happier than that? How are you doing tonight, Krystal? I think we're gonna unmute.
I'm muted. There you go. I'm doing good. How are you, Jack?
I'm fantastic. Great to be joined by a friend of mine and in such a great event. I'm really excited. It looks like we're gonna be having a little battle, a little test of knowledge here. We got a great game going. Mark Ruffalo's here. He's hiding though, so we're going to get him in soon. But we got a couple people joining us because we are going to be playing a fun game together. It's called Billionaire or Super Villain. I want to make sure that everyone is jumping in before we are playing, though, so everyone is ready to go. But we are just going to keep on plugging that thermometer. And there he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend. How are you doing tonight, Mark? Oh, we're going to unmute you, and then you're going to hop in.
I'm great. I'm glad to be here. It's a great group of people back here. I think people are going to be really excited to see who's going to be coming on the show. And I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be supporting Abdul and his campaign and all of our other brothers here who are running and changing the American political scene for the people, finally, you know?
It's all very exciting. We got a great group. We got a great movement. Everyone's friends right now, but we are going to be playing a bit of a game. So I'm not sure how that's going to shake out after. I know people get competitive, and they should, because this is a competitive time right now. But here's how the game that we are going to be playing works. It's called Billionaire or Supervillain, which could really just be the same thing. It's a little interchangeable there. But here's how it works. Susan Sarandon is going to read Krystal Ball and Mark Ruffalo quotes. These are real quotes. Krystal and Mark have to tell us one thing. Was that a billionaire or was that a supervillain? We'll see if Mark has any advantage, given that he has actually been an Avenger. I think you're still an Avenger, right? Is that like a thing for life? I don't know if you do re-up and contracts and all of that.
I'm surprised they keep bringing me back.
I do feel like the deck is a little bit stacked against me here, but I am a student of the billionaire class, so
yeah, this is true. I'll be sending you a little hints, and I probably shouldn't have said that.
There?
Well, I was about to say, fair warning, it is genuinely hard to tell the difference. And if any of the quotes and prompts, any thoughts, I want you to talk about them. If you hear a quote that particularly speaks to you, jump in and how you feel like, we're kind of going up against supervillains in this campaign. But Susan, I will let you take it away, and everyone don't get too competitive. Get a little competitive, but not too competitive.
All right. Thank you, Jack. So I think our first contestant is Mark.
Oh, no.
Ready? I mean, it is a fine line, but I have confidence in you guys. And Use your intuition if you don't have facts. We can do this. All right. Mark. This is the quote. Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Could be so many people.
Elon Musk.
No, but do you want to take one more guess?
Greed, like a better word is good. Jeff Bezos.
Oh my gosh, no, it's a supervillain, but I think both of the ones you named were definitely inspired by Gordon Gekko.
Oh, right.
Who led the way by saying that was okay. So
yeah, he started that whole movement, didn't he?
Yes, he started the whole movement, and it has definitely caught on. All right, Krystal, come on, girl.
I'm ready.
You're ready. All right, here's another quote. There's class warfare, all right, but it's my class, the rich class that's making war, and we're winning.
Wow. That's got to be a supervillain, right? No one could be that cartoonishly evil in real life.
No, there is someone who actually said that. That is actually disguised as an older, sweet-looking guy. That's a hint.
Older,
because it is a billionaire.
Oh, is that a Koch? Maybe a Koch brother? No.
Mark, do you want to try?
An older, sweet-looking billionaire. Not that sweet-looking. I don't know.
All right, it's Warren Buffett.
Oh.
I never heard him say anything that hard, but he
Me
did.
either.
Wow.
Yeah. And now we know the word's out on Warren. Mark, again, so far we're not doing great here. Okay.
It's hard to tell the difference.
It's so difficult. I know. Yeah. Okay. This is the quote. I no longer believe that freedom and democracy are compatible. He's also not sure about human beings.
Oh,
Peter Thiel.
I know this one. Yes.
Yes. Very good.
We're coming back, man. We're like
You're
the
coming
Knicks.
back. Krystal.
Yes.
This is your chance. There is no good and evil. There is only power, and those too weak to seek it.
Oh, that's Game of Thrones, isn't it?
No, try again.
Is that a hint?
There's only. I don't know. Susan.
Lord
Farquaad?
Oh. Voldemort. Lord
Voldemort.
He has no.
No. I'm sorry. I was trying.
That was very good.
Thank you. All right. Mark's ahead so far. We will coup whoever we want. Just deal with it.
All right. We will what?
We will
Elon
coup.
Musk.
Yes. That's very good. Is that where we were? Where am I? Yes. Krystal.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to give you a hint. This is a female.
Okay.
I have decided, however, to stop taking offense at the suggestion that we are buying influence. Now I simply concede the point. They're right. We do expect something in return.
That sounds like a Miriam Adelson.
No, before. Earlier than Miriam. Well, I don't know if it's that much earlier. Betsy DeVos.
Oh.
He hasn't been around for a while, so I can see where that would have been tricky.
I mean, the hubris is it's insane. They don't even hide it anymore.
Seriously. All right. I am inevitable. Mark, this is for you.
Thanos.
Yes.
I should know.
Yeah, good. This is a fun one. I don't know that anyone will get this one, but I really like this one.
Okay.
Quote, I could teach anybody to be a farmer. You dig a hole, you put a seed in it, you put dirt on top, you add water, up comes the corn.
Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I've never heard that one before. I'm going to go ahead.
Well, no, go. It's.
I'm gonna guess it's a supervillain though. No.
Oh, we'll try again. It is a billionaire, and it's a New York related.
New York related. Trump.
He couldn't say that many words in one sentence. It's Michael Bloomberg.
Oh my goodness.
Michael Bloomberg.
You know, it also sounds a bit like Scott Bessent, given that he said he's what is he, a soybean farmer or something like that.
Well, there you go. No, I guess Michael Bloomberg we should go to him for advice on farming.
They say the stupidest things.
Yeah, when given the opportunity, eventually, yeah. All right,
Thanks,
another
Mike.
one here, Mark, for you.
Okay.
Life's not fair, is it?
Life's not fair.
Life's not fair, is it?
Oh,
So that's
that
definitely
sounds like a villain.
That
yes,
feels like a movie for sure.
yes.
Is it?
He's saying it to
I
a
know.
younger.
It's Harry Potter.
Wait, no, I think I know this one.
You
Krystal, do you
Help
want
me.
to try for 10 points extra?
Is this Ursula?
No, it's Scar in The Lion King.
Okay, Ursula definitely says something very similar though.
They're all from each other.
Back me up, chat. Ursula definitely says something very similar to that.
Yeah,
I'll back you up.
you notice
Thank you,
there's
Mark.
mostly males in this. We've not had very many females either.
Betsy DeVos.
Betsy DeVos was it. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
say her for everything, Mark. Just guess her for everything.
I will.
Thank you. All right. This is for Krystal, I believe. Doing God's work.
Doing God's work. That's it. That's the whole quote.
That's unfortunately the whole quote.
While doing something, no doubt, nefarious and criminal.
Yes, you're on the right track.
I'm gonna say billionaire, and let me think.
Yes. Do you want a hint?
Ooh, yeah, give me a hint.
Goldman Sachs.
Goldman Sachs. Oh my gosh.
I didn't know this one.
Don't know.
Lloyd Blank.
Fine. Okay.
CEO of Goldman Sachs is
Doing God's work. Mm-hmm.
I never knew that either. Now we know we've got a farmer and someone who's doing God's work that we never knew. All right. I could stand, Mark, this is for you.
Okay.
I would stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I would.
Donald fucking Trump. Sorry.
Okay. How come he got Elon and Teal and Trump?
I know. I've been getting some.
I'm getting.
Because
Yeah.
maybe they thought you were smarter, Krystal. They were giving you the hard ball.
They were
is smarter.
mistaken.
She's
They
way
were
smarter.
mistaken.
Truth is, she is smarter.
Let me tell you, when it comes to movie references, I'm about the dumbest person on the planet. So
Well,
I know. Give me more movie references. Except Ursula was really close to that quote.
that was really cool.
now you're just giving me pity points here, Mark. I appreciate it though.
No, Wajahat told us. She gave us the quote.
Krystal. Monopoly is a terrible thing until you have it.
Sounds like Bezos.
It does, but it's not, but you're on the right track.
Rockefeller.
He has a lot to do with the newspapers.
Murdoch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Banked it.
Finally. That does sound like him too, for sure.
Yeah.
But they all sound like all of them, don't they?
Yeah. They all have the same script and the same.
They all have billionaire
dark
hubris
hearts.
syndrome.
Yeah.
Same need
All
to
right,
be
Mark.
in prison.
Last one for you, Mark.
Okay, I'll do my best.
This feels rigged.
Which
Against
people?
Krystal.
Thank you, Jack.
It's not cool.
I think it was Venezuela and China who rigged it. So that's my 2 cents.
Not Russia anymore. I thought Russia.
Russia. It was Russia.
All right, Mark. Rich people only like being around rich people. Nobody likes being around poor people.
That's got to be something a billionaire said.
Yes.
Who would say something so bold-faced?
Practically all of them, but this one you have to figure out. And I wouldn't have guessed this myself. This is a hard one.
Zuckerberg?
No, but we haven't dumped on him lately, but no, Steve Wynn.
Ah.
I think That's giving him a lot of credit. Krystal, last one. Oh, is it? No, two more. All right, Krystal. Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. You're a plague, and we are the cure. Oh,
Jesus.
I should have done a different accent. I didn't see human beings. No, I can't do that accent.
Come on, Susan. Go
This
for
is,
it.
this is from a while ago. This is from a while ago.
I think this one is actually a supervillain, right?
Yes, right.
Seems like
It's a little too over the top.
Human beings. I don't know how to do that accent.
They only say those things like privately to each other in Epstein emails.
This is
Those ones aren't made
they love
public.
doing that. This is both funny and sad, and it's just which is kind of the theme of a lot of the Trump era. So I hate to wrap it up early, but I want us to be able to close on a little bit of a positive. Could everyone give a quick?
Doesn't someone want to know who it is?
Oh, I do. Yes, please.
Okay, it's Agent Smith from the Matrix.
Oh,
Oh,
I should have got that one.
Probably re-watch the Matrix. I think we're getting to that point.
Yeah, it is getting there. The Palantir people certainly want it. But if we can avoid that future, it'll be because we elect people like the great candidates we have tonight. Could y'all make a pitch of, you're taking time out of your Sunday, why you're here, and why folks should be donating tonight to these great campaigns and to support this movement?
Well, you have great candidates. You have a really, really important election. And I think it also just makes me all riled up when you have so much, $50 million or something, trying to defeat a candidate. We have to show them that not only do we have the best candidate, but that their means of trying to interfere is not successful when the people rise up.
Exactly.
They can.
Exactly. Krystal, I'll throw it to you.
yeah, I couldn't say it any better. I think that really, I don't want to overstate the stakes here, but it's all on the line this Tuesday, because if they're able to show that they can defeat these three incredible candidates just with a flood of money, then guess what? There are going to be a lot of other politicians who start putting their finger in the wind and running and hiding and going along to get along with the establishment, continuing to take all the corporate money. And we also have to show this is not just a New York City thing. This is not just a Denver, Colorado thing. This is not just a Philadelphia, Pennsylvania thing. This is a nationwide movement. You can win with morals and values and universal principles for everyone anywhere in the country. There is no more key state than Michigan. And so I really think it's all on the line this week.
Mark, close us out. Why should people donate?
This is our movement coming to bear fruit. I mean, this is what we started in 2016. This is where the progressives have been moving. This is our time, and they have to spend more and more money each time to beat us. And it's just a matter of time till they flop, and this could be it. And so we got to get these numbers up from. Let's get another few $1,000s at least before we round this out. And help our people, man. Like this is it. These are the people fighting for us, and this is our time. And it's a beautiful time. And these are beautiful candidates. And it's just the beginning, everybody. So feel good about where we are. Get out there and fight and donate so that we can staunch these assholes that are trying to buy our elections. It's over. We're sick of it. We want a democracy that's for the people, that's responsive to us, not these corporations, not these PACs. And every one of these candidates is fighting for that. So that's what we're here.
Mark,
Absolutely.
it's an honor to lose to you, sir. Well said. That was inspiring.
Well, I don't know if
Susan,
Mike
it's
Mike
an
Pence has
honor.
the courage, maybe we can flip up
You
the
too,
scores.
buddy.
We can figure it out.
There you go. If Mike Pence has the courage, I can still win.
You could still win. There will be more games soon. All y'all, thank you so much for hopping on with us, taking time
right now.
There you go. And if Mark is
smashing the button.
Please jump in as well. Yeah, smash the donate button and the subscribe button wherever you are. Right there. Adam Green.
Hulk, smash it.
There it is. Adam Green. Speaking of the Hulk, Adam Green, how are you doing tonight? We got to unmute you, and then we'll see how you're doing tonight. These things happen. Still, it's not coming through. Maybe that's on my side. Oh, man. And while we take some time to figure out the technical difficulties, might I again say this is a wonderful time to donate. We have great candidates here. We have great folks who are showing up. We have fun guests all throughout the night. Let's see, Adam, if I can hear you. If I can't, it might even be my fault. Hopefully not.
Okay.
There it is.
Boom.
Beautiful
We did
voice.
it. All right. I am here in Michigan, and I've been bearing witness to the magic that is this Abdul campaign. Talked to Donovan today on the ground, good to see Will a little bit, and the energy is high. That's all I gotta say, and I'm thrilled to introduce our next guest.
Please do.
Okay, shall we pop him on screen? Let's get him on here. The man, the myth, the legend, Abdul Al-Sayed. He is coming live between events. All right, he'll be joining us in a second. So look, I just want to say, as I look at this thermometer, I would like us to be at 10,000 by the time Abdul stops speaking. Here are two extra motivations for anybody thinking, should I give right now or a different time? There's so many candidates out here. I want to make the case to you for why Michigan is ground zero for the future of the Democratic Party and the future of our country. Nothing, literally nothing. As someone who's been going all around the country this year for lots of campaigns, there is nothing more important in America than Abdul winning the Senate race and us having a trifecta of great victories with Will and Donovan also here in Michigan. If after $60 million has been spent by AIPAC and crypto and big insurance and big pharma and the energy companies against Abdul Al-Sayed, if he wins nonetheless, the message will go out to every other Democratic politician in America that, wow, you can cross these powerful interests and still win when the people are on your side. Think about what that would mean as Chuck Schumer is asking people to cave on the next crypto bill or AI bill or think to benefit the rich, right? We can put wind in their sails. But conversely, if we lose, the word will go out that don't take risks. Don't stick your neck up. Don't be the whack-a-mole. Don't do anything except caution. Especially after Trump, we cannot afford that. So the way I put it is there's no neutral in this election. We either win big or lose big. And when Abdul wins on Tuesday, it will change the entire face of the Democratic Party. And then when he wins the general election, it will have profound impact on the presidential race next year. In addition to electing a great senator from Michigan who's going to stand up for his people, it will send a signal to all the scared electability voters, people who are good people, who just don't want to mess things up. It will say to them, yes, you can have a former CIA operative named Melissa Salkin in Michigan. That's fine. But you can also have a guy named Abdul who supports Medicare for all and is a shake up the system economic fighter, and therefore liberate yourself, primary voters. And that's why we're so thrilled to be helping to fuel the effort to get out the vote for Abdul, Will, and Donovan today. I see we're up to $4,400. Again, my challenge is, can we get it close to or past $10,000 by the time Abdul leaves us? But Abdul, you're between events. I've seen you hustling and hustling. Talk to folks around the country about the stakes in this race and what you've been up to the last several hours.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. First of all, thank you all so much. It's been an honor to earn your support, honored to be here with the star-studded cast, and grateful for the support that you all are showing. You know, we have an opportunity in this race. They've decided that they want to plunk down $70 million to beat us, and they've decided that this is really going to be a competition of the many versus the money. Look, I was never supposed to run for office. I became a doctor because I could go 15 hours to my family's native Egypt, or 15 minutes from where I grew up into the city of Detroit. And either way, I would cross a 10-year life expectancy gap. And I became a doctor because I wanted to do something about that. Took on the work of public health, rebuilding Detroit's health department, leading Wayne County's Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services. We thought outside the box about what public health can be, taking on corporate polluters, putting glasses on thousands of kids, investing in eliminating medical debt for 300,000 families, upwards or up to $700,000 worth, putting Narcan in vending machines for free. Now, I'm never going to forget the day sitting in my office when they froze federal funds. And I'm sitting there trying to figure out how to make sure that WIC checks go out, how to make sure that our families don't lose their federally qualified health center, trying to make sure how we continue to put vaccines in arms. And I get a notification on my phone that after his long career, our current U.S. Senator is not seeking re-election. There's going to be an open U.S. Senate seat. And I had to ask myself, where's the fight for the public's health now? I'd be the first Democratic doctor elected to the U.S. Senate since 1969, first ever public health official elected to the U.S. Senate. Now, we've kicked off this campaign, going everywhere, talking to everybody. We've got a simple message. We want money out of politics, money in your pocket, and pass Medicare for all. Now, they've demonstrated exactly what we're up against when we want to get money out of politics. There are two records currently being set in this race. Number one, $70 million when all is said and done is what they will have spent to beat us. That is a record for the amount of money spent to oppose any single candidate in a Democratic primary in any office. And then the second is that AIPAC, who called me the most dangerous candidate for the U.S.-Israel relationship, has set a record for the amount of money spent against a single candidate. And honestly, like, I wish they'd send me a T-shirt. I'm proud of the achievement, because they can go on and burn their money. Because at the end of the day, no matter where I go, people say the same things. It just shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be as hard to afford a second bag of groceries. Shouldn't be this hard to pay your rent. Shouldn't be this hard to afford a home. Shouldn't be this hard to see a doctor in the richest, most powerful country in the world. Shouldn't be this hard to pay your taxes and know that your money is going to be spent on you and your kids rather than dropping bombs on somebody else's kids. And our movement is about keeping our tax dollars here. It's about taking on the corporations who make things more expensive here. It's about making sure that you can get healthcare here and a good school here and functional infrastructure here. And we have an opportunity to take their money on and defeat them nonetheless. Why? Because while they've got the money, we got the money. 10,000, 12,000 volunteers now, knocking nearly 10,000 doors a day. A movement of the people, by the people, and for the people, deciding to put themselves in their politics to take our government back from government now that's too often of corporations by special interests and for billionaires. And so we have an opportunity to win. I am so grateful for your support in this race, but we need you now. We've only got 2 days left. We've got election day on Tuesday, but we need all the support we can get. Again, so grateful to you and honored to be here with you all.
Abdul, great to see you, and thank you so much for joining what has already been a fantastic live. If I could ask a big question of everyone who just listened to Abdul speak and feel as moved as I do, to chip in if you are able to. We are really trying to raise money tonight, show that we do have the people power and that we are all here together. Abdul, could you give us one more quick call to action to get people to chip in tonight? What we are building is so much bigger than just one campaign. It is so many. It is such a big movement.
Yeah. Look, I wish we didn't have any in politics. I wish I could be all a million Michiganders. We didn't have to worry about how we funded campaigns. And yet, because of the amount of money that they've spent, the way that shows up is in 30-second attack ads on television. Our goal is to be able to put people back into the center of our politics, and also to move our message of money out of politics, money in your pocket, Medicare for all. And the way we've got to do that is to be able to compete in exactly the same media that they are hitting us in. I hate to say it, every single day, my campaign has to put up ads. We know we're going to get outspent. Right now, it's 12-1. But that one matters even in the moment of their 12, because it doesn't take as much of the truth when you can move it to dispel their falsehood. But it does take some of it. And so your contributions today are about supporting our campaign, Donovan's campaign, Will's campaign, to be able to move our message in these last days, get to one last voter, either in an ad or, more importantly, on the doors or in a does take. And so your support here is such a show of force. And, you know, for all three of us, we don't raise money like they do. We don't go talk to 5 people asking them for $1 million apiece. We go talk to 1 million people and ask them for $5 apiece. And when you do it that way, that means you're holding corporations and the billionaires and the special interests who are trying to buy the Senate seat or 2 congressional seats in Michigan. And that means that when we show up, we're out there on day one fighting for things like Medicare for all, to end Citizens United, to pass the PRO Act, to normalize union organizing in every sector of American life. And that's the work of fighting for the people. If you've ever wanted to demonstrate what could be possible if working people came together and took our politics back, this is that crucible. So I hope that you'll be generous with us.
Absolutely. Folks, I see everyone chipping in. I see this goal keeps on going up. We're going to try to get it to 10K, would be incredible. With you on the phone, we can make a real big push, but we're going to continue to push it up throughout the entirety of this event. And you're so right that a little bit of truth breaks through past a lot of lies. I'm going to want one of those T-shirts when you finally put them together. AIPAC spent so much money against me, and what did I get? I got this T-shirt, and I got the Democratic nomination coming up on Tuesday. I think this would be great. I think this is great merch. Do you have hat ideas? I think we could do those as well.
I mean, I think we could. Look, if and it's going to be like medium-sized black V-neck. So.
Oh, fantastic! I think that we gotta get as many as you do. How many do you have at this point? What's the number we've gotten them up to? 65 million and counting.
I've got 12. I need one more that just says most dangerous candidate for the U.S.'s relationship. I wear it every day.
Dangerous to Chuck Schumer, and I think that's what people are looking for right now. And I'm certainly seeing that with a little bit of love in the live chat and the donations that are coming right now. But I like that, dangerous in a black V-neck, because the guns are popping out. I don't know what why we're hitting so much biceps and triceps. It's like, it's intimidating to me. This is scary, man. You're looking like you're killing it out there. But there's more important things to talk about, especially with the bad
connection.
Trying
to look like Mark Ruffalo.
There you go. Trying to look like the Hulk. I think it's great. Well, I know that you gotta keep bouncing. I don't know if we have you for a little bit longer. But we're hopefully gonna see that number hit 10,000 by the time that you're gone, folks. Abdul is busy. He's out on the trail. I'm sure you would love to spend the entire hour and a half with us, but of course you're running around. So let's make sure with the time that we have left with you, we're continuing to push that thermometer up. Again, I can only plug it so much because I don't want to get annoying about it, but it's there. It keeps on going up. I think since you got on, Abdul, it's gone up maybe $3,000. So I think we can make this final push. We got 2,200, a little less than 2,200 left. So we keep on moving it, but we have more people joining us soon. And there we have Naomi Klein. Thank you so much for joining us. Could I ask you to jump on the pitch that we have continued to be putting out there? You're taking time on your Sunday. Why would you like to see folks donate tonight?
Well, first, I just want to say that my idea for swag, and I mentioned this to my friends at JVP Action, Jewish Voice for Peace Action, who are proud supporters of Abdul. The first time that they've endorsed a Senate candidate, making AIPAC Tears mugs. I think it'd be huge. I am so proud to be here supporting these three incredible candidates. I've known Abdul for a long time, trust him. I've never been more impressed with the integrity of the candidate. I've known Will since before Sunrise. These are just some dynamite candidates here, and it's just incredible to be able to support you as a dual citizen across the border from the land of Medicare for All. Very glad to be here.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic night so far, and we got so many other great folks joining. What has been the particular point about Abdul's campaign, the part of his campaign that has had you most excited right now? I think we all see that this is someone who is so joyful and has a real vision for the future. But what stands out most to you, or any of these three candidates? What stands out most to you?
Well, I think given the level of attack, the level of racism, frankly, that Abdul has faced, I've just been so impressed by the unapologeticness, right? Of just, and I think that can only come when you have real confidence of knowing that you are on the right side of history, and that, honestly, I think from beginning with refusing to apologize for campaigning with Hassan Piker, which was a real turning point, I think, for a lot of people, and just the way that was handled, just showed us like this is who you know who you are, right, Abdul? I mean, and I felt that the first time I met you. I think as a doctor, you understand the stakes of this so strongly. Your moral clarity on the genocide. I mean, I could go on and on, but I see that, and so many other people see that and are fighting alongside you. I don't know personally. I don't know Donovan. He seems like an incredible candidate. I do know Will as somebody who knows the Sunrise story and just the commitment with which they built that organization, put the Green New Deal on the map when no one was talking about it. This is a huge deal. These are really stellar candidates that we're talking about here.
And three folks who are willing to say what the truth is and in plain language. And when you have 65 million, 80 million, whatever, the number just keeps going up every single day. They really love wasting money. It's actually great. It's like, go and bankrupt them, have a blast, keep taking their money, keep wasting their money. But when you have all these ads that kind of say a whole bunch of nothing, when you got people who are kind of saying a whole bunch of nothing, doesn't it really mean so much that folks can like speak in plain language and actually tell us what they're fighting for and what they want and what we can deliver on?
Absolutely. And I think the message has just been so clear. Sorry about that noise there. Particularly on Medicare for all, and keeping money in people's pockets and just staying on message. And it's resonating. And yeah, love to watch them waste their money. Love to watch it. We have to make sure that it's a waste.
And it is going to be a waste. And right now, we're speaking of money that is actually well spent. We are seeing right now, we just blew past and we got some fireworks. So this is fun. And I'm very excited about the fireworks. It's not Erica Kirk style, but they're better fireworks than that. But shouldn't have said that. It's okay. But we have almost $12,000 raised. We have blown past our limit. It's not our limit, I shouldn't say. That is the wrong word. Our goal, there is no limit. We're going to continue to move that number up. I want to talk also, not just about, of course, we're raising money tonight, but we've also got some fantastic endorsements that Abdul has received that really stand out. Are there any particular to you that you think really stand out in terms of those who are getting behind Abdul?
Well, I think it's really significant that UAW has stood behind Abdul. He's talked about being a son of Michigan, and I think that speaks so strongly. Like I said, JVP Action, first time they're supporting a Senate candidate, if not now. And just, the whole squad is behind Abdul. He's got every politician who I admire behind him. It's the list goes on and on. I was on his website earlier. I just couldn't begin to cover all of these endorsements.
There's so many.
It's the coalition we need. When you look at that list of endorsers, both individuals and organizations, it's the kind of broad coalition that is the future of the left. It's very exciting.
It really is. And it's just, again, it continues to frame what we say again and again and again. It's the many versus the money. We are winning right now. It is kind of like the APAC tiers thing that we're going to get. I love that everyone has merch ideas. Everyone is dropping great donations, but I want to see in the chat. Because
I actually looked into whether or not I could get it printed just for this event.
I think
I couldn't turn it around quickly enough.
We got to do mass merch, union made. But I want to see in the chat, everyone, please drop some merch ideas, because I guess this has become the second theme of the night. As you are dropping donations, also drop the merch ideas, because maybe we'll make some of these. We got a lot more campaign left to go after Tuesday, obviously, because we're going to have a big win. But there is so much more that we are going to be covering tonight. We got so many more incredible voices who are going to be joining us. We've got lightning rounds. We've got Family Feud style games. We got all sorts of stuff happening. But we got a lightning round that I wanna hop into, because we got a lot of great questions that we're going to be covering. So I want everyone to stick with me for a second, because we are going to be hopping into some games, because I did promise that we would be playing games with everyone and that we were going to have fun, that this was going to be a party. So we're going to get into the lightning round in a second. But while we put that together, I have to ask again. I'm sorry that I keep asking you to throw pitches for the donation, but we just blew past our goal. It's continuing to go up. Could you give us one more pitch for why people should be donating tonight?
I would just say, because Americans deserve Medicare for all. And that has been the issue that has animated Abdul for so long. It is possible. Like I said, I'm coming to you from Canada. We have Medicare for all. It is not a pipe dream. It is not radical. The vision of it is head to toe healthcare. If it's in your head, if it's on your body, it must be covered. People are hurting. They need it. These are the stakes. So it is about these individuals. It is about their courage, but it's also just that common sense, right? People know that this is not about whether hero worship of an individual. It's about meeting the most urgent needs, right? And I have so much respect for the fact that Abdul has made this the center, not just of this campaign, his entire political career for many, many, many years now, because it is the most urgent issue in people's lives. And when you have that sense of, you are not one health emergency away from bankruptcy, it changes everything in people's lives.
Yeah, and I want to do a quick lightning round with you because I said we were going to be playing some games. You brought up Medicare for All. I want to do a quick lightning round. In 60 seconds, how many things can you name that Medicare for All would cover?
Okay. Head to toe, right? So if mental health care, vision, dental, hearing, the ambulance to the hospital, prescription drugs, reproductive health, gender affirming care, hospice care, long-term care, did I say prescription drugs?
We'll say it again. Prescription drugs are important.
Medical devices, ambulances, preventative care. I'm out. All of it.
Well, we got 13.
Appendicitis.
14. I was about to say we can't end on 13 because that would be an unlucky number, and this is a lucky night that we're all able to be joined. Yeah, it's a no-brainer, right? We want people covered. We want people to not be sick, not to be having their healthcare decisions in the fear of bankruptcy. Did you see the guy who walked down the mountain with like a thing in his side, like his climbing pole He had an accident. Now I sound like a crazy person describing a story that never happened. This really did. There was a guy who was hiking and his hiking pole snapped off and it like impaled him through his side. And he decided not to call a helicopter and instead walk hours down the mountain because he thought it would cost too much. Like what type of society is that when you have to walk down a mountain impaled out of the fear of the cost of emergency care? It's just wild.
It is.
Don't look up the photo if you have a queasy stomach.
No, I didn't know about that, but thanks for sharing. You have a lot of brilliant guests who are waiting to get in here.
We really do. We have a lot of folks that I am ready to intro for our Democratic Family Feud. Naomi, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. If you haven't donated, do so. This is a privilege to be part of these campaigns.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And 14 answers. People are going to have to compete with that. I think Krystal's going to get mad because, her game was rigged earlier. But we got a lot of people who are going to be joining tonight. This is very exciting. Our first game of the night, of which we have more than one. This is Democratic Family Feud. Before tonight, as we always do on the feud, because I guess now I am the host, we surveyed members of the PCCC, and we got their answers. They are on the board. Now, we're going to have a couple of teams come and join us. This is going to be, as things always are on Family Feud, 2 teams. On one side, you got Team Medicare for All. That is Will Lawrence, Kat Abughazaleh, Wajahat Ali, Katie Halper, Chris Rabb. We got Brad Lander. Mark Ruffalo is here. We got Cenk Uygur. We got lots of people joining. Who else do we have? Pari Chowdhary. We got lots of people who are joining, and we got more people coming in. But we are going to have a great team. This is Team Medicare for All. I'm going to have a little announcement about the teams in a second. But guys, how are you feeling? Do we have like a unified jersey? Is anyone going to do a LeBron chalk toss? Does anyone have like a preparation before the game starts?
We drink APAC tears first.
There it is. I like it. I think this is a good idea. Well, don't get too ahead of yourselves because there is another team. And that is full of a couple of great individuals. We got Donovan McKinney. We got Cynthia Nixon. We got Andy Levin. Cenk Uygur. I guess Cenk started out on the other team and he got traded. That's okay. Sorry about that, Cenk. It's a bit politics. Politics seems like a business right now. Sports is. We got Lori Goldman. We got Adelita Grijalva. And we got Hill Harper. We got a great team. This is Team Money Out of Politics. So it's Medicare for All versus Money Out of Politics. In terms of the teams, we can do both. But here is where it gets interesting at home. When you donate, there is an optional question asking if you want to cheer on one team or the other. So you can pick one and your donation shows up on screen in that team's colors with its own animation. So you got to make clear who you're cheering for. Again, we got Team Medicare for All. We got Team Money Out of Politics. We got Family Feud. I'm going to go through the rules again. Update anyone who has not watched before. This is Democratic Family Feud. It's the better version of it. And like I said before tonight, we surveyed members of the PCCC, and their answers are on the board. Teams alternate, you talk it out. You're going to commit to one answer per turn. We got 4 turns. Points are based on how many people actually gave that answer. It's like Family Feud. I don't have the Steve Harvey mustache, and I got a little bit of hair, so that's also a good thing. But there are going to be a lot of points awarded tonight, and I am excited to get into the game. because we're going to have some great competition. I said at the beginning, this is going to be fun. The first question up on the board that we are going to get into, again, Team Money Out of Politics versus Team Medicare for All, which is, what's the first thing you'd fix if you ran the country for a day? That is a tough one. And I think we're going to start with Team Money Out of Politics. Guys, do we want to deliberate? Everyone hop in. People are muted, but that's okay because we'll unmute them and we'll get into the game. And it's going to start. As soon as anyone wants to chime in with Team Money Out of Politics. Cenk, there you go. Save me.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're Team Money Out of Politics, so obviously you got to get the money out of politics first. And by the way, I mean, if you're going to root between the two teams, if you get money out of politics, then you'll get Medicare for All.
This seems like a compelling case for your team. I don't know if you're trying to get donations in that green color already, but does anyone else on Team Money Out of Politics? Who do we have? Who wants to chime in?
Well, so much for that.
We're just trying to figure out if we're on the
which team are we on? Is this like corporate interference? Is APAC trying to mess
I know
this up?
they're trying to sabotage us.
Yeah.
Cynthia, you are on Team Money Out of Politics. Are you also
Team
going to
Money Out of Politics.
Your Team Money Out of Politics. Are you also going to side with Cenk? Or are you going to say that's your number one option day one?
Absolutely. You know, it's our name. It's the thing dearest to our heart. And I totally agree that once you get money out of politics, you can get all the wish list.
All right. So are we buzzing this in?
I just want to real quick. Are Katie and I now switched over to Money Out of Politics? Because if we're Money Out of Politics, then I'll go in with Cenk and Cynthia. If not, I can't help them.
Exactly.
You can't help them. You are on screen right now. We are working through tech, which, you know, again, this is
all right, Katie.
This is
say nothing. Say nothing, Katie.
So don't help out. But I think I'm going to do my Steve Harvey thing. If that is, can we confirm that this is our final answer? Is get money out of politics? That's the answer from Team Money Out of Politics.
I think
it feels
it's good.
on the nose. All right, let's see if I can do it. Show me money out of politics. Campaign finance reform. There we go. 19 points, number 2 on the board. That is a big winner. And I kind of got to say, in the spirit of talking about money, but the money of the people in our politics, 19 seems like a good dollar amount to donate right now, because now we got a good $20,000 goal. We got to get the plug every once in a while. So Team Money Out of Politics with a real hot start. Team Medicare for All.
When you say 19, you mean 1900s, I assume.
1900 is also a good amount. I don't know if I can exactly ask that every time from folks, but if I can and you're feeling generous tonight, please go for it. Okay, now we got our Team Medicare for All in. I've never hosted a game show before. It's okay. We host a political show. Adam Green is here. Who else do we got? Joy was in there for a second. Adam, I don't know if you're getting Joy's help.
I was in there for a second. I feel like you're suggesting I can be bought and put on either team.
Oh, no. We don't want to switch people up. Cat can't be bought.
All right. No, Katie, but Katie can be. Yeah.
All right,
can I give a suggestion here?
Please do.
Because during Family Feud, the whole team doesn't answer every question.
But there's
Individuals
deliberation.
answer question. Not all the time, though. Like you have people that are, I'm not sure how long it's been since you watched Family Feud. So you might want to call on individual team members just to kind of make it a little smoother.
Well,
and that way, if you're still getting shit on the board, continue there.
But this is a collaborative body. Cat, then I'll make you Team Cat, Andy.
Yeah, listen, when a team gets a good answer, they get to keep going.
Exactly.
Don't they? Come on, Cat, let's go.
Also, what they do on Family Feud is they tell people which team they're on.
That's also
I'm not
true.
letting this one go because I still don't know which team I'm on.
I still don't really know which team I'm on.
People keep getting traded.
I feel like there are like 10
midstream.
people on our team, and
People keep
all of you
flipping
are very
back and
dear
forth.
to me.
Cat, I have appointed you team captain. Actually, I don't know. Chris, I think you could
See,
make
this is
you
Jack
could make
hates
a compelling
Palestinian
case.
women.
I've been thrown under the
Okay.
bus as host.
Yeah.
Cat, I'm going to make you team captain of Team Medicare for
I
All.
am leaving in 13 minutes.
In 13 minutes. Well, that's plenty of time for you to get some points on the board.
All right, that's it.
That's also a good prompt to donate $13.
Donate
There we
$13.
go.
If you donate, I have $13 I can spare.
I would
Pretty
say-
much there. I'll donate $13 if you donate $13, dear viewer.
In our
If you donate-
collaborative body, I would say, how about healthcare? Fixing healthcare.
This isn't a collaborative body.
It's
Raj.
Cat.
This
It's Cat. We're
is
also get thrown under the
Family
bus.
Feud. It's like none of y'all watch game shows. Do any of you even watch Jeopardy?
I'm a Jeopardy guy. and that's
No,
definitely-
you're not. I don't believe
Socialize
that
it.
you watch Jeopardy regularly.
I watch Jeopardy on Hulu, okay? Do not doubt my Jeopardy
Anyways,
love.
Medicare for All, healthcare, and then
I'm-
if we get that on there, it goes to another person on our team.
It sounds like you were. No, I want to
how
share. I
Family
want to
Feud
share
works.
the wealth. Okay, I'm going to reassert my hosting here. Show me Medicare.
I can hear
for
them.
all.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
There we go.
Okay, I think maybe Kat's in charge of the entire stream now. 22 sounds like a great number of dollars to donate.
Donate $22, and I will take over this stream for the next 13 minutes.
No, actually, this is a great idea. If Kat is able to, if we were able to hit, let's call it $16,000.
They got rid of me
in the next 30 seconds. Then Kat will take over the stream for just a singular moment. We'll give her a sliver of hosting.
You want to show this white man where where you should be? I don't know, guys. I'm
We're
tired.
back. Team Medicare for all. We're back. We're
Thank
back.
you, Cynthia, for supporting the team, for showing team spirit. All right. We are not going to allow Kat to take over because we haven't hit our goal yet. So if you guys do want to see it, we got to get that up to 16,000. But okay, we're pivoting. We're not following the traditional rules. That is completely fine, though. I want to hear some deliberations amongst the team, though, because we got to compete. We got to get more points. Cynthia, president in charge, supreme ruler for a day.
I'm thinking based on these three amazing candidates, how about the Green New Deal?
Green New Deal team. Do we want to talk it out? Katie, do we want to talk it out? Freddie, do we want to talk it out?
Just happy to be on the team. Yeah, I was picked last. Yeah, fine. Just like in sports. Yeah.
I am not the manager of Democratic Family Feud. I'm not the commissioner. I'm not the GM. It was the
Freddie.
technology.
I thought your contract was awesome that you got. It was really great.
Yeah, I get $1 million every year, like Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, then maybe we should make you team captain. Anyone want to chime in? Are we going with the Green New Deal? Do we want to deliberate at all?
How about ICE?
What
How
team
about
is it?
abolishing ICE?
Okay, this is.
Can I say that?
This is team money out of politics. Okay, team money out of politics. Are we going Green New Deal or are we going abolishing ICE? Let's deliberate amongst ourselves.
Abolishing ICE sounds like a good one too.
I'm gonna throw in. I'm gonna do a ringer. What's up, everybody? First of all, hey. And then candidate Al said he said something dope that I want to bring back just for one quick sec. $70 million going into this race. That money could be spent so much better on something else. You could erase $1 billion in medical debt, buying that stuff, pennies on the dollar for $70 million. Or you could get like a 12-pack of Faygo for every resident of Michigan. So I'm going to suggest that for money out of politics, it's more logical for us to erase all medical debts.
Wow, yeah.
But as a backup, Faygo for the state feels like a pretty good win.
And I'll throw in, I don't want to give the other team too many ideas, but
Yeah, we're really helping him out.
That's how we are.
Cenk, what do you want to throw in?
We're
End the wars.
Yes.
End the wars.
And actually do something about it. So of those four answers, because we're now to four, we got medical debt, we got no new wars, no wars at all, end the wars. We got what else did we throw in there? Abolish ICE.
Faygo for everybody in Michigan.
Everybody
it's a
in
serious
Michigan.
proposal.
Universal coverage, of course. Well, which of those four are we going with? Cynthia, I'm going to put you in charge as team captain.
I gotta say, abolish ICE. I think is the strongest one.
All right. Good answer.
Yeah. Show me abolish ICE. Show me abolish ICE. Immigration. There we go. Abolishing ICE. 11 points. And as I've said a couple of times, $11 seems like a really great. And now Kat's back on the screen. It's going to be mean to me. Kat, are you okay with how the
I'm
rules
back on
have
the
played
screen.
out?
I don't see myself.
Well, we see you, and we
see you, Kat.
Okay, cool.
Jack,
Well,
I gotta throw something else out there.
Please. Oh, there I am.
We gotta
Awesome.
have the freedom to form unions in this country again.
Do you want to unionize right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
I gotta support this.
Money out of politics. Let's unionize.
We're Medicare for all.
Yeah,
We're Team Medicare for all.
Team Medicare for all. Team Blue Team.
Yeah, take
Again,
medical benefits out of the equation. We'll get much a living wage then, right?
Can I throw another one?
Yeah.
Supreme Court term limits.
Great one.
Just Supreme Court reform. Yeah,
Supreme Court reform.
Yeah, let's do it.
Team Medicare for all. Do we agree with this?
I do want to throw something out as the only person with a uterus on the screen, codifying abortion.
Yes. One of those.
Which direction do we want to go? Waj, what's more important to you?
Yeah, Waj, tell me about my uterus.
If only there was a
Kat about her
relationship between abortion and Supreme Court.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Without changing the Supreme Court, we won't get to that or anything else. So I would say first get to the Supreme Court reform to get back women's rights.
You heard it here first. Wajahat Ali does not care about abortion. That is good to know. We're going to check that box. If Kat did it to me, okay, we're going to check it out. Show me Supreme Court reform.
Yeah.
Oh,
ding, ding, ding.
Big points. Hey, Chris, do you want to steal my line? Do you want to steal my donation line? A 15. What 15 could also be a great number for what? Chris is muted. That's okay.
Chris is muted. And just so you know, we did hit
Rabb's muted.
$16,000. And I really want to stress to people that because we hit $16,000, everyone here should donate $16 for Abdul El Sayed. His election is on Tuesday. We got Donovan McKinney in here as well. We were just texting, and we're going to do another stream tomorrow night, just talking to Donovan about shit. So come on to that, but donate, because this is pretty much the last moment that your campaign dollars, that your campaign donations can make the biggest impact in the primary. Because the day of, you can donate and you can't really spend that money though. So donate right now, $16. I will donate $29. That is the maximum that I can afford to donate, but I will do that if you do it too.
Drop the donations. Also, shout out Kapow. Cat killing it.
Shout out to Kapow.
I had to show some love. And we have a new guest. I don't know if Joy wants to pick a team. Joy, do you want to do a LeBron style decision?
You're going to force me to choose between my friends. That's cruel, Jack.
Yes, on live stream.
Very mean.
For campaign donations. That is
I feel
exactly
like
what I'm going to do.
the meanest thing I can do to the other side is be on whatever team Waj is on, because they hate it when Wajahat, Ali, and I are on the same screen. So
Joy, come on. We're winning right now.
Let's do it. Let's make
Waj,
the right
do you
wing
even
cry.
know what team you're on? I mean, I don't even know who's on what team. So.
Andy, you are actually on Team Money Out of Politics.
No, Andy's on Medicare for All. We're unionizing.
But the who's up on screen keeps changing. I'm doing my best to host. I'm not
Maybe
in charge.
We'll be
of
on
the tech.
Cat's team, so we can have a team uterus. Like we can have two people
Yes.
uteri.
Me,
team uteri.
Andy, Joy, Team Uterus. We're doing a whole separate thing, and we're Team Abdul El Sayed.
But before
we're doing
we
a
get
coup. Once again, if Mike Pence has the courage,
we can make things
we can
different.
have a third.
But in a plug of my glorious King LeBron James, much like his decision in 2010 was to raise money for the Boys and Girls Club. Before we get to Joy's decision, because you have not made one yet on which team you're joining. I'm
Okay.
as commissioner of this, I'm not gonna allow that to happen
I'm on
yet.
Waj's team. Waj and I are going to make the right wing cry.
We gave away the
That's
decision,
right.
but Joy, can you tell us why you're taking a little time out of your Sunday night to hop in and join us? Besides to make fun of Waj, which is always an important endeavor. But
I
why are you
actually
here
think I'm
tonight?
just here to watch you and Kat fight. Like I enjoy the argument, the bickering between the two of you. It's like it's the greatest sitcom ever, and I'm just enjoying it personally. I'm here tonight because honestly, I have to say, and we've been talking about this a lot on my show, on the Joy Reid show, as you can see in the background. Oh, there's no background. That the importance of this race, the Michigan U.S. Senate race, might actually be the most important Senate race in the entire country, because this really does crystallize the fight between the establishment and the ascendant base of the party that doesn't want any of the stuff the establishment is doing. Like, doesn't want any of it. The moderation, the money to Israel. There's so much that we need to do here. And I think if the progressive movement can prove they can win in the Midwest in a state like Michigan, it says something different, right? Just as important, but different from what happened with Zohran Mamdani and his candidates in New York City. Because I think that the establishment is sort of, they've sadly, and they haven't done it willingly, but they've accepted the fact that, okay, in New York, Mamdani is king. He's the king of New York, and he can bless candidates. If this happens in Michigan, like they said, okay, Colorado, that's the crunchy liberal state. If this happens in Michigan, I think it just changes things. And I think these are great candidates. Donovan McKinney, great candidate. Will Lawrence, great candidate. So winning here, I think, matters. It matters. This is how you reform the party.
Absolutely. And Joy, you are quite a bit of a newsmaker. The right wing is always getting upset with you. The corporate Dems are always getting upset with you, and they're jealous of your success and that you're usually right about everything. I'd say always right about everything. But those people who are always getting upset about what you have to say when you're speaking truth to power, what do you think the reaction is going to be on Tuesday? Because we've been having a lot of fun tonight, and this is hopeful and this is forward looking. Like, what do you think? Like, is Jake Tapper's jaw going to be like? Tell me when to stop. When are we going to get to? When are we going to get to where it's going to be? What do you think is going to happen Tuesday?
We might need a wellness check on him and the Raging Cajun. Like, somebody might have to literally go to the Raging Cajun's house and make sure that he's okay. Because I think what's happened is that, look, no one likes an insurgency, right? The right wasn't exactly thrilled with the Tea Party coming along, but in the end, they had to bend the knee, and then they had to bend the knee to MAGA. To be very clear, Mitch McConnell, if he is still with us, still hates Donald Trump. Like,
I'm sure he is.
They hated him. They didn't want Donald Trump, but they had to accept that MAGA was the future. And I think progressivism, it's very clear. The new mayor of DC is DCA, is DSA. A DSA candidate is going to be the new mayor of Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. Like, this is not a freak accident that happened in New York City. And I think, I just saw Abbas Alawieh on earlier. These are real shifts And I think they are shifts for the better because this country cannot take another minute of neoliberalism. Like we just can't take it anymore.
What do you think it means for not just this cycle, but what's going to happen in 2028 as well? I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We got to get to Tuesday. We got to get to November. But how do you think, because we talk about the money that's been spent, and I think since we've been on this call, the money that's been spent is gone from like 65 million to 70 to 80 because they just keep on spending it and wasting it. But they see that as an investment. If people are here on this call right now, they want to make an investment in this movement. Why do you think this matters so much? Of course, not just Tuesday, not just November, very important, but going forward, you talked about this as the most important race. What's the impact on all the other races, you think?
I think it has a huge impact, right? Cori Bush's race is coming up. It's a huge test of whether AIPAC can be beaten back. But I think Michigan, again, I think it is the most important race. It's a statewide race, right? If this happens, if Abdul wins, it sends a shockwave, including to the donors, right? Right now, the donors are kind of backing off donating to the establishment Democrats because they want to see what happens, to be honest, in Michigan. They want to see where this goes. But even if we were able to get money out of politics, if we could abolish, money and corporate money in politics, the ads would still cost the same. The campaigns would still cost the same. A ground game is really expensive. Doing a proper ground game is really expensive. So it would still cost money. And so the question is, who do the candidates answer to? They're going to answer to who's propping them up financially, right? They're going to answer to who sowed a seed into their campaigns. Don't we want that to be the people? Like, don't we want that to be ordinary Americans who can then turn around and say, hey, I'm one of the people who sowed a seed into your campaign, Senator, so I really need Medicare for all. I really need my environment not to be polluted by a dirty AI farm that's using up all my water. Hey, Senator, I have needs too. I need affordable preschool, affordable rent. I need help. And right now, the only people who can pick up that phone and get what they want are the super rich, are the billionaires. We have to take their power away by and not giving the same amount of money. Normal folks, I saw y'all say give $16. That's all you need to do. Is that people need to be the source of campaign finance rather than the billionaires, because that's how we get power back from them.
And we're already seeing that power come back into our hands. You mentioned Colorado. You mentioned, of course, shout out to Philly. You mentioned New York and Mamdanistan. Are you starting to see, you're certainly starting to feel, right, the impact that all of these races that progressives and DSA has won, you're starting to see kind of like not just the fear, but the hope, right?
100%. And I, having lived in New York, the Working Families Party has been doing this a long time, and they've been very successful because they play in the primary game. And I always say this on the show, the primary is where your power is. Picking the candidates before you're stuck with vote blue, no matter who in the general, that is how you exercise power as a voter. So, and look, I covered the rise of the Tea Party movement. I covered it. I watched it happen inside of the Republican Party. And so when I tell you this is a genuine shift, this is a very similar phenomenon that's happening in the Democratic Party, because the Democratic base is fed up, and they're fed up with the kind of micro, tiny movements forward and being told we can't. This is the generation, your generation, Jack, whose first president they were sentient about was Barack Obama. And so they know that it is yes, we can, not no, we can't. They don't want to hear no, we can't when their president was yes, we can. You know what I mean? So I think that because he's the floor, Barack Obama, we know we can do better than even the policies that he was able to get through. And so I think because people in your generation and younger, they're not going to tolerate a slow approach. Just wait a little longer for healthcare. Just wait a little longer for your freedom. We'll get your rights back, ladies. We'll make sure that you control your bodies eventually. Now, people want change, and they know they can get it. Because look at Donald Trump acting like nobody controls him and doing whatever he wants. And people are like, yeah, we want that done on our side too.
Yeah, and people do control him, which we have an opportunity to make sure that people aren't controlling our candidates right now. And obviously, that has struck a lot of fear in the hearts of the people who want the status quo, who want to control. You brought up President Obama. A lot of the same attacks that were levied against him are being levied right now against Abdul. And you hear kind of this term dangerous being thrown around. We have Representative Adelita Grijalva joining us so much. So Joy, I was going to throw this question to you, but Congresswoman, I want to ask, because your father was such an incredible progressive champion. What do you make of this this dangerous label being thrown on progressives right now?
It is very dangerous and dividing. And I think that's the goal. That's part of what you're trying to silo people and other people. So where it seems so different. And I've had conversations with people who are like, well, you identify as a progressive. And I was like, my agenda's for working families.
Mhm.
That's tell me what you want to see. Do you want to see public education? Do you want us to take care of our land and water? Do you want to make sure the next generation has more than we did? That is being a progressive. That's all it is. And so when you try to make it seem something else, I've heard some colleagues call, this movement towards being more progressive as a cancer in our party. I completely disagree with that idea, because I think that this is what is exciting people. Talking about universal health care coverage is exciting. Talking about saving our democracy and getting rid of ICE, all of those things are things that people look and say, yep, I want to be on board with that. And that's what Abdul's been talking about. That's what we've all been talking about. He's getting a lot of attention for just speaking common sense. And that's why I'm here to support him.
Yeah, and we so appreciate you taking your time, and I don't want to get into kind of podcast host interviewer mode and start asking you questions about your colleagues, but while you're here, are you starting to see some of your colleagues as well recognizing the kind of the people powered movement that's happening all over the country? You got it in Arizona, of course, you got it in Colorado, Philly, New York, we got it in Michigan. Are you starting to see more? Okay, we probably need to start paying attention to what's going on. Are you starting to see that more?
I do. And I also see people talking more about, well, what is it that you're talking about that other people are excited about? Or, I have some pressure on me from people on the left, and you're on the left. I'm like, yeah, so let's talk about what that means. And I think that it's really acknowledging that things are different and there is a shift, and we can all get on board towards making it better for people in our communities, or you can continue to put billionaire priorities over people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And Joy, how are you starting to see it? Obviously, you're having lots of different conversations with people across the Democratic Party. How are you starting to see the kind of the people powered pressure take shape and influence those who are already in the halls of power?
Oh, you can see it immediately. The moment Zohran Mamdani became mayor of New York City, a lot of establishment Democrats still refuse to endorse him, which is wild, which is crazy. Like New York Democrats, including Hakeem Jeffries, they still won't say we endorse this guy. But all of a sudden, every other word out of their mouth was affordability, 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 as if those were the magic words he said in order to become mayor. And that if they just say the word affordability, it's like Lindsey Graham's bubble wand. Suddenly, his magic will just, wash over you if you just say the word. But that's not what they're doing. But what you're seeing them do when you see a lot of Democrats and even Donald Trump to say the word affordability is that they are already bending the knee. This is how the Tea Party movement took over the Republican Party and then morphed into MAGA, which took over the Republican Party. And suddenly people who were not Tea Party, not MAGA, started talking like the Tea Party, started acting like the Tea Party, and then started legislating the way the Tea Party wanted. Suddenly that movement was the Republican Party. MAGA is the Republican Party because it took over in primaries, and just the fear of a primary race would cause people to run to the right. I think what I'm seeing already is that people who are genuinely moderate, they're genuinely in the middle, the way they're running is to make nods to the kind of policies that Adelita Grijalva and her father were for, right? They're starting to say, we want affordability. We care about universal health care. They're using the words. That is bending the knee. I think what will happen is that if enough progressives win in enough places, and again, this is why Abdul El-Sayed's race is so important. If he wins in Michigan, the ultimate swing state, you're going to start hearing a whole lot of Democratic politicians start to sound like him, start to say the things he says, start to adopt his policies, because for their own sort of self, sustainability, this is just going to be a survival mode thing. They're just going to say, well, now I got to start sounding like him. This is how you move a middle of the road party to the left. And it's the only way to do it. So people who are mad, and I have some friends that are in the party that are mad about the insurgency of the progressives. Nope, this is how you change a party. And it's been done before. Jesse Jackson did it in 1984 and 88. And then all of a sudden, Bernie Sanders did almost the same campaign in 2016, having endorsed him in 88. The party moved in his direction. This is how it works, y'all. This is politics. Get over it, get used to it, and prepare to bend the knee, because I believe progressivism is the future, and that's great for the American people. We all need healthcare. We all need affordable rent. We all need affordable housing. We all need to afford food. We need the end of these wars. And we could, we get some of that money, not giving it to Israel for wars. Like maybe if we took the war money back, maybe if we got rid of ICE and took that money back, maybe we could afford to live as well as the people we're funding in Israel are living. or the Europeans who have like decent railways, or the Japanese who have amazing infrastructure, while we have like old-fashioned trains
Let's
that we
get the
have to
trains
haul
going.
down.
Please speak
Yeah,
on it,
can we
Joy.
have a
Thank
super
you.
train? I need a super train. Come on, what are we doing?
DC to New York, 3.5 hours? What are we doing
What
here?
are we doing?
I'm gonna go up and see Joy, but there's distance. It's terrible.
You can
What
come
am I
have lunch
supposed
with
to
me,
do?
dude, and get home for dinner. What are we doing?
It's not a lot. They want to keep us apart, is what they're trying to
They're
do.
doing.
I think, and the Congresswoman agrees, and I really
Yeah.
appreciate that. And I appreciate you agreeing. And I'm sorry that I'm about to hurt your feelings, because I got a pop quiz question for you, Congresswoman. It's terrible that I'm doing this, but as in my role of host, I have had to create a lot of game shows that Kat gave me a lot of flack for. That's totally okay. But hopefully she's not here still to yell at me, although she'll probably be back later. But the question is to you, Congresswoman, which is higher, do you think? The number of Americans who think teachers should get paid more, or the number of Americans who are fans of NFL football or college football, all football?
Sadly, I think it's probably the latter.
Well, we've got some great news for you, because 64%
Yes.
of Americans believe that teacher pay is far too low, which it is.
Excellent.
And 54% of Americans are football fans. So if you see that as our pastime, maybe it's not baseball anymore, although it's baseball season right now. Maybe it's football. Then again, like apple pie is not as American as taxing the rich. I think paying our teachers what they deserve, paying our teachers more, it's a little bit more American than football. So,
As you know, as a former school board member, that makes my heart so happy. I live in Arizona, so maybe I'm a little jaded that, we're usually hovering between 50th and 49th in funding for our public schools. And I don't hear that a lot around, when you hear on the news and podcasty kind of stuff. We're not talking about public education enough. So this makes me very excited.
well, I want to give you the platform real quick. Of course, we're talking about how this is an investment in the movement, how we're trying to build something bigger right now. What are the issues around public education that you don't think are getting enough attention, that maybe you've heard Will or Donovan or Abdul talk about on the trail that you think are so important right now?
Well, you hit on teacher pay. That's a big one. And also giving them the security of having a job every year and not having to kowtow to some federal system that's going to push their own agenda. I'm on education and workforce, and I cannot tell you how many cuts have come to the cost of our kids, with my colleagues on the other side saying, well, public education is dead. I'm a product of public schools. So are my parents. So are my kids. It's important to me, and it's an investment in our future. And they don't see it that way. They see it, again, this idea that, you want our public dollars to pay for your public school or private school. And that's not the way things work in our country, and it shouldn't. And I need more support. And we need to, obviously win the majority, but we need strong fighters in the Senate to push back on a lot of this ideological mess that I'm hearing in every committee every day.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's not the most fun in those congressional committees right now. You talk about the investment. I hate that I have to keep. Actually, no, I don't hate that I have to keep doing it, because we got to do it. I got to ask everyone. Let's make an investment in this movement. Obviously, the billionaire class, the Epstein class, they know which way they want in this race. They are investing in a certain candidate. That candidate is not Abdul. They are very scared of Abdul. They are very scared of Will. They are very scared of Donovan. This is our opportunity to make an investment in this movement. This is our opportunity to make an investment in people power and on the ground organizing. So we're up to 18,000. I do believe that goal right now is 20, which seems to be a different number than 18,471. So if we could continue to move that up and make that the same number, and then even more, that would be fantastic. And we are going to do that in part with another game. And hopefully Kat, again, does not get mad at me for my poor hosting of this. Congresswoman, I think you were going to stick around. Joy, we cannot take up too much of your time. I don't know if you're going to be sticking around for the game, but if you're not, thank you so much for having joined us tonight.
Jack, I think there's a game show hosting gig in the works for you in your future. I don't know. If Jeopardy ever needs a new host, I'm nominating you, my friend.
Well,
you got
Ken
a future,
Jennings,
buddy.
Ken Jennings is a patriot, and
Yes.
I don't want to take his job. But we will. He's on Blue Sky a lot, which is crazy. But
Okay, let's not get a beef between the two of you. I don't want to start beef up here. This is not
me and Ken Jennings. No, the beef is strictly reserved for me and Kat, who's going to take my job, as she probably well should. But the next game that we are playing, as you can see on screen, is Who Wants to Tax a Billionaire? We got the same two teams. We got different rules. We got different folks joining us. Every question has a dollar amount on it, as any great game does in this live stream. We start small. First question is worth $3. The teams are going to alternate. So we are going to go back and forth. It is not, make it, take it. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to keep it equal. Most earned at the end wins. What you win, I will not announce yet. It may be nothing. It's going to be something. Stick around for that. But we do have Team Medicare for All up already. We got Rep Chris Rabb. We got Matt Bernstein, big fan of the podcast, big fan of all the content. We got Aaron Stevens. We got Pari Chowdhary. I apologize if I pronounce poorly because I have a long Italian last name and people mess that up. So I apologize. But we got Team Medicare for All up on screen with us right now. And we got a question on screen as well to kick off the game. Which of these treatments does Medicare for All cover? Dental, vision, and hearing, mental decisions and sneering, a free Peloton, which sounds pretty great, summer bod, hypnosis to forget the 2024 election, and I'm going to add in all the discourse after. What does Medicare for All cover for $3? Team Medicare for All. Rep Rabb, you're muted, but it seems like you're chiming in. We're doing... Does anyone have a working mic?
I think Representative Rabb is very, very clearly saying a free Peloton. I think that can read his lips.
Yes.
I think that's exactly what he's saying there.
I would love a free Peloton. I think that's a great idea.
I mean, I appreciate the inclusion of the discourse after, though, the 2024 election. That was a perk of Medicare for All, maybe that I didn't know about.
Our beloved discourse. We love discourse. More discourse. So, team, what is for $3? Which I have to say is a great amount to chip in. What are we thinking the answer is here?
Yeah, I wish that it included hypnosis, but unfortunately, I think dental, vision, and hearing will have to do.
Let's see if we're going to get an animation, because I believe, and it's correct. Shout out.
Excellent. Can you
a
all
big
hear me?
win. That is $3 going to Team Medicare for All. And a free Peloton. We couldn't get 1% for the free Peloton. Does anyone do the Peloton? Anyone on Team Medicare for All? And we've lost them. Okay, Team Money Out of Politics.
They all went to the doctor.
And they all went to the doctor. Yeah, that's what we could do. Adelita, Freddie, I believe that we are Team Money Out of Politics. There it is. There's your little team name at the bottom. Any Pelotons? I'm not a Peloton person. I should probably.
That would bankrupt the country, getting everyone a Peloton. That is too expensive. Maybe we'll get a regular exercise bike.
I think, yeah, not everything has to be the Peloton. This is not sponsored, by the way, but let's get into, do we have a different question? Because I don't want to be throwing the same one at y'all, because this seems a little too easy. It seems like we are going to be getting a different question up on the screen soon. But, Freddie, I haven't had a chance to ask you this question. I did ask the Congresswoman, if you could give a pitch for why people should be chipping in tonight, what would that pitch be?
Abdul's just amazing. Like, he's the best messenger we have for this platform. Yeah, arms embargo in Israel, Medicare for All, money out of politics, all that. He's just like, we need him to win because he's just an amazing communicator. We want him on the national stage, communicating about all this stuff for the next 6 years.
I completely agree. I think he is amazing. Speaking of someone who's amazing, Jolly, is your mic working?
Can you hear me?
Ooh, that sweet voice. How are you doing, my man?
I got to say something about Peloton. In
Please.
2019,
tell a story.
I won a free Peloton.
And where is it now? I hope your symptoms clear up soon. Best of luck. Is he going to introduce a buy 5 get 1 free prescription punch card? That could be interesting. Let Medicare negotiate lower drug prices. This seems enticing. Create incentives for big pharma CEOs to voluntarily lower prices. I'm not sure that sounds as enticing. Team Money Out of Politics, what are we thinking?
I wish it included firing the CEOs.
Ooh.
And
let's make
throwing big pharma.
Does anyone know Abdul here?
I believe that it would have to not be any of the other ones.
The CEOs captured Jolly. Yeah, Jolly, you're off camera.
The CEOs gotcha. See, this is what happens on this stream.
They heard me. That's what happens.
When you make a comment about those in power, Congresswoman, I'm gonna have to ask you to help your team out here. And what do you think? What do you think Abdul's plan is?
Let Medicare negotiate lower drug prices.
It really is that simple. Mm-hmm. It really is that simple. And I believe that is $3 for Team Money Out of Politics, which, Jolly, I am asking everyone who, and look at that, 75%. Jolly, I'm asking everyone who jumps in to give their pitch for why you should be donating to our 3 great candidates tonight. Can you throw a pitch at me?
I would love to. I want to say 2 things. First of all, I never come on my platform and ask anybody to do anything that I would not do. When you guys first opened earlier tonight, I donated $1,000 towards tonight's goal. And so I'm hoping that my donation will motivate you to donate whatever you're capable of donating. I don't expect everybody to donate $1,000 because Donald Trump and the Republicans have made sure that we don't have a lot of extra money in this country. Mm-hmm. But whatever you can afford, unfortunately, money is kind of the way to get over the finish line here. My pitch for Abdul Sayed and Donovan McKinney, I was in downtown Detroit today walking with them. There was a march through downtown. Freddie was with me. And Abdul Sayed is a doctor, as we've heard it mentioned before. We were walking and one of the photojournalists tripped over a curb. And Dr. Abdul Sayed was mid-interview with, I think it was MS Now. And he did like the Matrix chop on the mic and ran past everybody. And he got to the photojournalist before anybody else did because, you can't turn the doctor off in him. But I think that it's important to note that there is a doctor who's telling you we need Medicare for all. Mm-hmm. He's seen what this looks like on the back end. He's seen firsthand how corrupt our insurance plans and how the medical payments work in this country. And he's telling you this is what we need. And the other thing I'll say about Donovan McKinney, somebody pointed over and said, yeah, he's running for Michigan 13. And I kept looking around. I was like, who? They're like him. Because this guy was so chill and he was just so down to earth and he was wearing a big Michigan shirt and he just didn't look like he was a guy running for office or a politician. And I don't know about you guys, but me personally, that's the kind of people that appeal to me, just down to earth, everyday folk. I had a chance to talk to Donovan. He's a good pitch about free childcare. And I think that's something that gets forgotten a lot in this country. And as a father of 5, that meant a lot to me. So I was really, really impressed by meeting both these guys in person today. And if that's not enough to get you to donate, I can juggle.
Whoa!
Wow.
We got
juggles
juggling
oranges.
going on. How are we not at 20,000 with juggling? You brought up having a doctor. Oh, we got more guests. We got Rep Rabb. We got team who wants to make sure we have Medicare for all because the game is who wants to tax a billionaire. I was going to ask a question, but we have switched over and we have another question up. So I want to keep the game going. Great to see everybody. So let's hop in. I think this one is for $4, $5, $6. It's for an amount that we'll see when we eventually answer this question. But Team Medicare for All, what does Abdul want to do with ICE's funding once the agency is abolished? We got a couple of possibles here. Is it more super PAC money for Haley Stevens? I didn't know she could have more. Is that possible? New weights for anyone named Abdul. Again, I didn't know it was possible for Abdul to lift any more weight. I think he's doing like 300 plus on the bench. It's insane. Fund the Lions defense. They need it more. That is compelling. Or redirect it to courts and a pathway to citizenship. All right, let's see if the mic is working. Rep Rabb, can we hear from you?
Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay.
Oh.
There we go.
The people's voice. The people's voice is back.
Oh, you're
Silence.
You're absolutely right, Katie. People's voice is back.
Tough one, folks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with redirected to courts and a pathway to citizenship.
Let's talk it out amongst the team, though, because there are some compelling answers up on the board. Katie, are you a Lions fan?
I was thinking that maybe he was going to fund trips for Haley Stevens to Israel, the land of which she dreams. That was what I was thinking.
That's an optional answer. That's option number 5. We don't have it up in the graphics package.
Right.
Someone messed that up. Matt, are you in agreement with Rep Rabb? Are we going with
Yeah, I am in agreement. I might
Not with
consider
me, Matt?
fund the Lions defense, but I actually don't. Is that a sports reference?
Yes, it is. Football.
It's sports ball, I've heard.
Sports
well,
ball.
not my
as
brain.
a lifelong Michigander and Lions fan, that I can tell you it's a compelling case on the third one.
Who's the linebacker with the long blonde hair?
I don't know, but introduce me next time you see him.
Yeah, I will. Well, let's see what that answer is. I think we've all made compelling cases for different. There it is. Poor Lions defense. But Abdul almost got some weights. That would have been good. And I don't know how much that question was worth, but Katie, if it was worth $5, why would $5 be a great amount to donate on stream right now? This may be one of the last times I pitch this, but we're so close to 20,000. Katie, actually just make the pitch. We're so close to 20,000. Why should people donate to get us to close to 20,000 or more than 20,000?
I mean, I think a lot of people have made this point, but we really need to show the world that these kinds of politics are not niche and they're not unique to New York City. They're not unique even to, Philadelphia, which is a great place, obviously. And we're so grateful for Rabb, who did, I have to say, he did get the Katie Halper Show bump. So that's a very important part of every electoral success.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. But no, I think Joy made this point earlier, which is that we do have to show that this is something that is not some like coastal elite thing. You know, the neoliberals would like
Coastal
nothing
elite.
more. What'd you say?
I said I was doing my Haley. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, the
That's a Mexican why.
That's jolly. Sorry, Katie, we interrupted.
I did not know I was unmuted. I'm so
the
sorry.
neoliberals would love nothing more than to see these kinds of politics fail. They really want people to believe that these are politics that appeal to a fringe and that don't represent the many. So we really want to do all that we can to make sure that we see this victory. And also, I mean, I really want to show AIPAC that they can't just buy elections.
And that they're wasting their money. Wouldn't that be so great as an outcome? A bunch of AIPAC money wasted. Matt, we saw that number tick up. We're past 19. We got to get to 20 and more. Could you make a pitch as well for people to chip in?
I would love to. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you great. You got a great mic.
Great. I got the cheap one, so I'm glad it works.
Oh, well, it's still great.
You know, I know for anyone who is here right now, I know it is hard to part with your money, but this election, this is the election. This is like the election. There's so many important elections on Tuesday, but like this is, I feel like the election of this whole election cycle, because like Katie said, I mean, when we were all a part of getting Zoran Mamdani elected, we heard nonstop from, at least I did, from my family members who live around the country being like, oh yeah, well, you know, you New York City lefties, you know, of course it's going to work there. Meanwhile, before it worked there, of course, they told us it wouldn't work there. But regardless, like, we need to show the country that not only can it work anywhere, because the left wing of this Democratic Party has the momentum right now all over the country, not just in, you know, the commie corridor of Brooklyn, but also, you know, because if we can beat the amount of fucking AIPAC money that is going into this race, that is going into Haley Stevens' campaign, like, what can't we do? We have the momentum, and we just need to show them that they have all the money in the world, but we have people. And speaking of redirecting money, there's $800 until, is that the right math? Yeah, like $800 until we hit 20,000. So I'm going to need you to redirect a little bit of your money to the Abdul El-Sayed campaign.
To chip in, and I'm gonna Rabb. I'm gonna make a shock announcement that you may not know about. If you donated tonight, you have an opportunity to win. I don't know if we already talked about this. This may be a surprise to you. I hope it's a surprise to everybody. Your hat, and you're gonna sign it, correct?
Yes.
Wow.
I made it myself.
It's authentic. It's real. You could also win a signed Abdul poster, but I'm gonna say, like, I may donate multiple times from different emails to get a shot at that. Let's see the hat. What does it say? What does it say on the hat?
Philadelphia, baby.
Does it have LeBron on the back?
It does not. This was a pre-LeBron.
Well, yeah, we're living in post-LeBron.
I'll make some calls.
Thank you. If you could set us up, that'd be fantastic. But an opportunity to win the hat, an opportunity to win some signed Abdul posters. We got a lot of great reasons to donate tonight that aren't just merch, but merch is also fantastic. How could you ever go wrong with merch? But I loved hearing from Team Medicare for All. I do have to throw it to Team Money Out of Politics, guys. It was great. It was great chatting. It looks like you're at 8, and we got Cenk in the house. What's going on, man?
Hey.
Team
I
Money
thought when you guys were talking about free Peloton that it was free Palestine. I was like, that's the one I want.
This could also, I think that'd be a little bit better than the free Peloton.
Yeah.
So again, still not a sponsored segment. I got to make that clear. No Peloton sponsorship yet. I don't know what's going on with Peloton, but we got a question for y'all, and it's courtesy of our guy, Will Lawrence. Will Lawrence, this is a question. It's the only candidate in the primary who lived in the district most of his life. That is a statement. That is true. That is fact. He frequently holds events where, I'm going to do the Chris Farley, in a van down by the river. Sorry, that was terrible. At constituents' homes, not in the Chris Farley voice, at his childhood school buildings, on one of Betsy DeVos's super yachts, and there are several. Team Money Out of Politics. Where is he holding events with constituents?
I mean, I think it's impressive what the real answer is, but I think a van down by the river would be pretty fucking cool.
With some government cheese.
It would be pretty cool if they could pull that off.
No, I think the coolest would be is if he commandeered Betsy DeVos super yacht.
Like a pirate. Hey, that is one way to
That's a good point.
the
That
wealth.
would be epic.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
When we formed Justice Democrats, we used the analogy of pulling up a pirate ship next to the Democratic aircraft carrier and taking it over. But we could start with Betsy DeVos's yacht. By the way, I'll tell you a quick story.
Please do.
Representative Grijalva's dad, when I met with him about joining Justice Democrats, I said, "Hey, do you mind? There's two rules. One is we're going to primary incumbent, so that's your colleagues." He's like, "I thought you'd never ask," and which is, by the way, like a very rare answer in Congress. So we showed tremendous courage. And then we said, "And you can't take corporate PAC money anymore." And he asked one of his assistants, they're like, "Yeah, we once got like $400 or something."
Right.
And Representative Rabb was like, "We just stopped." I'm in.
Yeah, he didn't take corporate PAC.
Yeah.
Like before it was, cool to do. And I just think that a lot of people are talking about politician, and we just need to elect more public servants, people that are here for people. And then it's more genuine and resonates with people. And so I love that Will is still in his community. That's the kind of thing that all of us should be doing. It shouldn't be a rarity to see your member of Congress, at Fry's. Like it shouldn't be like, "Oh my gosh, you're here." I think that that's something that we're missing. And when you see people who are very genuinely invested in their communities, it hits different.
Yeah.
And so I'm really happy to see it.
Can I add something to that, Jack? Because
Please.
I agree with the Congresswoman 100,000%. And something that came up today at an event we were at with Abdul Sayed down at the Detroit office. Congresswoman Ayanna Presley was here. Congresswoman Summer Lee was here. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib was here. And one, word that kept coming up was coalition.
Mm-hmm.
We need people in here, in the Congress, that have these same ideals, that are taking the ideals from their constituents, that have the ability to make this stuff happen. And if we don't put them in office, we've seen what AIPAC money does. We've seen what middle of the road moderate Dems do. We need to get people like Abdul, Donovan, and Will in if we want to have any chance of these Democrats having a coalition to make this stuff go through.
Yeah, absolutely. Cenk, I want to offer up besides the actually, let's get an answer real quick. Freddie, can we get an answer from you?
I think it's the school buildings. People don't have big enough homes. I'm sure he's popular, and people's homes can't fit all his people who want to come out.
This is a good point. Let's see what our answer is. Oh, well,
that's probably hard.
It's still great to meet a constituent homes.
Yeah,
winning isn't everything. Winning this election is everything. Winning this particular game is not everything. We're going to call it a draw. It's okay. I'll throw $5 y'all's way. Cenk, I want to give you a little opportunity for some closing thoughts. Again, busy guy, took some time out of your Sunday, and I appreciate everyone who is here and took some time out of. Everyone has very busy Sundays. But why is this campaign in particular spoken to you? And we got a full screen of Jolly, which always speaks to me. But why is it in particular spoken to you?
Yeah, so I want to say a bunch of things. So first off, TYT Army, come on, let's finish this. Okay, let's get to 20,000.
We're right there.
Let's get to 20,000 while I'm talking. Look, I actually think this is the most important non-presidential election of my lifetime. And it's a big statement, right? And I mean it. And when we were involved in the AOC wins that were just historic and so many amazing Mamdani, et cetera. So, but then why is this one the biggest? Because this is potentially their Waterloo, and this is the tipping point. Because Summerlee, Adam Green put in a great comment from Summerlee earlier in the chat, where what do you think he asked her, what do you think the AIPAC learned a lesson by spending $2.5 million against you and losing? And she said, yeah, the lesson they learned was 2.5 isn't enough. So now they're spending tens of millions. And so now between this and Massey, they're all, I mean, I don't know where the whole 60 million came from in Michigan. We know at least 30 came from AIPAC. In Kentucky, it was at least 16. It was 18 against Bowman. I think it was 14 against Cori Bush, if I'm not mistaken. So at a minimum, we're about $100 million that they have spent against these candidates, just a handful of candidates. So it's an absolute outrage. But if they, at the same time, if it turns out that that it's wasted and they can't buy the seats anymore, and I've never seen this much money spent in a race before. Plus, let's be honest, mainstream media is 100% against Abdul El-Sayed. So if we can defeat all their money and all their media, that means the walls are breached. We're past the tipping point, and from now on, it's our game, right? And the dominoes fall. And as I'm saying that, boom, we hit 20,000.
20K. I was about to say, we pop. Can we get a little? And it's still going. And it's still going.
Hell
We're
yeah.
gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. This is fantastic, and we're gonna keep setting new goals, and we're gonna keep winning more elections, and we're gonna keep having them waste their money. And isn't that great? Don't we love that they're wasting their money? Because again, it is a war chest that they will continue to empty, and then it will be gone. To use the pirate analogy, I do like the seizure of the boats. I think that's good. I think we could cut a couple of cool ads that way. Do you think we should just get the yachts? We could grab the yachts, right?
Don't actually board anyone's yacht. Like Joe Manchin right now is hiring extra security as we speak. It's hilarious that a guy named Manchin has a yacht. But anyway, look, I want to say one more thing about giving tonight. So all three of the races are monumentally important. Obviously, Abdul, I just said it's like the most important non-presidential race of my lifetime. But Will and Donovan are super important as well, because we got to keep the momentum going from New York and Colorado. But guys, for anybody watching out there, you want to put money in because you want to be able to say, and this is what we've heard since we were supporting Bernie in 2016. When they win, you get to say, I did that. Okay, I did something that made a difference. Whether you volunteer, you donate, you spend some time on it, you tell a friend, you vote, you get others to vote. By the way, if you know anyone in Michigan, think about it. Think it through. Look at your phones. If you got friends, you got family, find them in Michigan and tell them to go vote for all three of these candidates. And so if you put in money today and they win, you're going to feel great about yourself because you really did do that. We can't do it without these small dollar donations. So nothing but love for you guys for doing that.
Absolutely. And since we hit 20K, we're up another almost $750. So the donations are going to keep coming in. Cenk, thank you so much for moving the needle there. I would say one of our more move the needle on the money speakers. So we got to bring you back. We might just keep you up and just keep your face. But you talk about being a part of the I did that the incredible feeling when you win. We have someone right now who knows what that feeling is like, not just for them, but for the movement. Rabb, what was it like for you on election night after your victory?
It was extraordinary. It was electric. It was surreal, and it was truly a collective victory. There's so many people, not just in my district, across Philadelphia and across the nation, who are responsible for me getting over the finish line and winning, not a squeaker in a four-person race, but by 15 points, when the entire political establishment supported one of my opponents, who was the former chair of the Pennsylvania Democratic Party and son of a former mayor. And organized people beat organized money every time. This message was powerful. It was substantive. And so many extraordinary people came out to support me. And ever since May 19th, which was the night I won, I've been paying it forward with so many amazing candidates. I was pleased to have endorsed Brother Abdul and Donovan and Will and so many other folks. I got to embrace the victories of my my people, whether it's Melat and Claire and Dari and so forth. And this is something bigger than any one of us. And there is this trope that this can only happen in deep blue seats. We will see in Michigan who will prevail. And this will be a testament to not just the man, but the movement, because the movement is what will endure. And it is not new. This is not unprecedented. The progressive era has occurred before. We're bringing it back. Its fingerprints on our nation have been long lasting, and we will learn from our mistakes and the lessons from the past to make sure that we will secure a bright future for everyone and not just the 1%.
Speak to mic drop moment. I really, you can't put it better than that. And Adam, you've been a part of so many of these victories, and of course, an incredible fundraising call tonight, an incredible organizing call tonight. Everyone here so excited as part of the movement that you've been a part of building. What is just tonight, as well as these last couple of weeks and months of real joy and hope meant to you?
We're proving the concept. We're proving the concept in 2026 that bold, shake up the system, economic fighters who stand for justice can win, and can win anywhere. Blue, purple, red areas. Ana Lilia Mejia from New Jersey, my home state, was actually here in Michigan, and we gave speeches back to back a little earlier. She was the first kickoff victory, huge upset against AIPAC's interventions in New Jersey. And then the fight went to Texas, and we won some stuff there. Then the fight went to Illinois, and we won some stuff there. And then ground zero was Chris Rabb in Pennsylvania, winning a key congressional primary. He is now Rep. Rabb. He is soon to be Congressman Rabb. Then New York, then Colorado. It's just been, to quote Donald Trump, too much winning.
Quite frankly, too much.
Quite frankly, too much winning. But again, the ripple effects of winning a battleground Senate contest, and Will Lawrence in his battleground seat to fill Alyssa Slotkin's old seat. And then Donovan continuing to prove the point in blue districts. Just like we went 3 for 3 in New York, we can go 3 for 3 in Michigan. And the message will be undebatable that we won, that we're on the rise, and that we can win anywhere. So that's why it's so important that we chip in. And again, I've been to so many of these grassroots events here, and money is needed now. Money is needed to get out the final votes, to pay the troops, to get the final digital stuff going. And it is a well-greased machine in all 3 camps. So just to juice things a little bit, you already mentioned, can we say the hat one more time, Chris?
Yes.
Soon to be signed by LeBron too, I heard.
This is going to be...
I'll do what I can.
Just for those who didn't see his TV ads and his branding, Chris's glasses are about to be very famous. I'm honored.
It's a great pair.
My glasses are on the same screen as his right now, but to have and actually the pink ones are most famous.
That's right.
To have a signed pink Chris Rabb hat is huge. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to, of all the people who donate tonight, pick someone at random. But we want more winners because, as I said, too much winning. So my colleague James, one of our top professional pros, come here, James.
Friend of the show, James.
James, get out. Okay, there's James. He went back there and got 10 signed Abdul posters. And here's what we're going to, okay, there we go. Thank you. So what we're going to do is this. Retroactively, Chris's hat and 4 of these posters will go to people who donated. But it is now 8:30 p.m. From this timestamp forward, the 3 biggest donations will all absolutely get a poster. And then 3 random more donations from this point forward will get a poster. We got 10 to raffle out, plus a hat. That's right. There we go. Thank you.
You get them framed. They come with the notes. They come with a workout routine.
That's
a pair of free weights.
I mean, that is a genuine Abdul poster.
The online lesson to do a roundhouse kick. I'll throw that in there.
That's right.
Imagine
if you had a vintage AOC poster from her 2018 win. That's what this will be. So if you want it, look at that. The thermometer's going up. Timestamp is rolling. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, I was about to say we got to stick around a little longer to make sure maybe we can hit 22.5 because it keeps on pushing up and it's on a tiny bit of a delay. So make sure that you stick around after you've donated to make sure that you can see it pop up. We got to keep the donations rolling in. We got a little bit longer. I know that I have been heard from quite a bit during this event, but I want to share a couple of closing thoughts. I first want to say thank you to everyone who joined us. It was an incredible group of incredibly smart, incredibly talented, incredibly devoted people who inspire us all, who we probably listen to most days. I want to tell just a quick personal story about the first time I was able to meet Abdul. It was back last year in the summer. I had just gotten my wisdom teeth out, so I wasn't particularly great at speaking or totally cogent. And it was the first interview that I did with Abdul because Roxy on Abdul's team, who is an absolute trooper, who has been there since day one, she is incredible. And while I tell the story, I'm also going to say once again, make sure to donate because you heard the incentives. But we set up an interview. We had a great conversation. I just got my wisdom teeth out like a week ago. And so it was not a great sound coming out of me. I was doing my best. But still, after we had our conversation, Abdul and I talked for another 30 minutes about the Luka Doncic trade, about gambling and prediction markets, about Medicare for all, about dental, about so much else, because this is a guy who genuinely wants to spend time with you. Now, Michigan's a big state. This is a big country, but he does so in caring about what we need, listening to you. He is in tune, not with the donor class, not with the Epstein class. He is in tune with you. He wants to spend time with your problems, with your successes. He wants to spend time with what you care about and make it better. The best part about this campaign is that it has been so joyful. It has been black V-necks and like the cute America hat that he's been rocking and then like doing the Taylor Swift dances. This has been a joyful campaign. Everyone here has been a part of it. You can continue to be a part of it by donating, by volunteering. This is a final stretch and it is an important one and it will be fun. I opened up tonight by saying that this was going to be a party. It was going to be a game show. It was going to be so much. I hope it was. I appreciate you all having spent time with what we have done tonight. I don't want to keep you listening to me too much. You can do that over on YouTube if you want, though, cheap plug. But I just want to make sure maybe we get a little bit closer to hitting that donation goal that we had. But we blew past 10,000. We blew past 20,000. I think people may trickle in a couple more after the stream has ended. But I want to say thank you so much to all who have been a part of it. I think that was another $200 that was just donated. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who has been a part of this event tonight. It has truly been sensational. It's been fantastic, not to use a Trump word. And let's go win. Let's go win. Let's shock the world. It's not going to be a shock because we have spent so much time. There's been so much investment. People have done so much across Michigan, across the country. So it is going to be the stamp of what this movement is capable of. We got 3 great candidates. Tuesday is going to be fun. I look forward to watching it all with you. And I also look forward to taking in those beautiful fireworks. Again, no Erica Kirk because we hit another goal. We crushed it. That was because of y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you again to our guest. Thank you to Adam Green. Thank you to Abdul Al Sayed. Thank you to everyone tonight. As I always say, I'll see y'all soon.